A movie downloads in seconds at 1 gigabit per second, but takes forever at 5 megabit per second. You click download and your Wi-Fi says, "See you tomorrow." Yeah, I felt that pain. I've been there. So today, let's finally understand what bits per second, megabit per second, and gigabit per second actually mean, and why your speed matter. There are a number of places that we see throughput, not just in networking, like in storage system as well. In this video, we focus mainly on the network throughput that works with bits per second, megabit per second, and gigabit per second. From the previous videos, we learned that files are stored in either kilobytes, megabytes, gigabytes, and so on. And depending on the size, it will take time to either upload or download the file. It depends how much data can be transferred in a second. That will do with bandwidth, throughput, and latency. Let me explain what throughput actually is. Throughput is the amount of data you can successfully send or receive in a given time, like in 1 second. Let me give you an analogy. Let's say you have a highway with 4 lanes or 5 lanes, doesn't matter. The width of your highway is bandwidth, which says how many cars can travel at the same time. Now there is a construction on highway and 2 lanes are closed. Now the width of highway is reduced. So is the number of cars that can get through. With that analogy in mind, the width of your network is called bandwidth, which means how much data can it transfer in a second. The capacity of your network, which can be 200 megabit per second, which is 25 megabytes per second. 25 megabytes is the actual data weight of a file that is carried along the way. When things are normal, meaning no interference nor destruction, the throughput is the same as the bandwidth, 200 megabit per second. Remember the analogy? When there's no construction, 4 cars can travel at a time. That's throughput. But if there is an obstacle, only 2 cars can pass through. Similarly, when there's an obstacle, the throughput reduces to, let's say, 80 megabit per second from 200, which is 10 megabytes per second. That is the amount of data that can successfully pass the obstacle. Now, the obstacle can be weather, signal interferences from other electronic devices, walls, and things like that. Think of the name itself, throughput. People say, put it through something, through the obstacle. You get that? Now, if you want to get the amount of data, divide the speed with 8, which is the number of bits a byte has. Next is latency. Latency is the amount of time it takes for a car to go from one point to another. If you travel at 80 miles an hour, it will take about 30 minutes to travel 40 miles. If you travel 100 miles an hour, it will come down to 24, 25 minutes. That's latency. How much time it takes for a data to get to a destination. Now, throughput is not just in networking, but also in storage, as I said in the beginning of the video. And it has different meanings there. And also, it's measured in bytes per second instead of bits per second. So it can mean 3 things in storage systems. 1, the amount of data that can be received and written to the storage device. 2, the amount of data that can be read from the storage device and sent to the requester, which can be a software or you. The third is the number of input and output operations in a second, which is IOPS or IOPS. IOPS says how many of the above 2 options or operations can be done in a second, input, output. And that, my friend, is throughput. So next time your movie or game is downloading slower than a snail on vacation, just remember, there's probably some imaginary construction worker closing lanes on your digital highway, probably on a coffee break. If you found the video helpful, don't forget to share it with friends and family so they can benefit from it as well. See you in the next one.